Good morning, Madam Chair, present.
Good morning. Ms. Betta Barraza.
Good morning, Madam Chair, present.
Good morning. Ms. Turner.
Good morning, Madam Chair, present.
Good morning. Ms. Wewell.
Good morning, Madam Chair, present.
Good morning. So just a note to applicants, we are a 6-member board today. And with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Stembridge.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We'll begin today's hearing with the approval of hearing minutes scheduled for 9:30 a.m. These are the minutes from the June 16th hearings this year. I'll make a motion of approval for these minutes.
Oh, no, sorry, second. Mr. Stembridge.
Yes, Madam.
Mr. Langham.
Yes.
Ms. Betta Barraza.
Yes.
Ms. Turner. Sorry, I didn't hear. Ms. Turner?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you. Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Excellent. And the chair votes yes, the motion carries. So I'm so sorry. I was so excited to get us going. I forgot to read the thing we were supposed to read at the beginning. If the ambassador wants to rewind to that. Thank you. Sorry about that. Good morning. The City of Boston Zoning Board of Appeal hearing for July 14, 2026 is now in session. This hearing is being conducted in accordance with the applicable provisions of the open meeting law, including the updated provisions enacted by the legislature this year. The new law allows the board to continue its practice of holding virtual hearings through June 2027. This hearing of the board is being held remotely via the Zoom webinar event platform and is also being live streamed. In order to ensure this hearing of the board is open to the public, members of the public may access this hearing through telephone and video conferencing. The information for connecting to this hearing is listed on today's hearing agenda, which is posted on the public notices page of the city's website, boston.gov. Members of the public will enter the virtual hearing as attendees, which means you will not see yourself on the screen and you will be muted throughout unless administratively unmuted when asked to comment. Board members, applicants, and their attorneys or representatives will participate in the hearing as panelists, and they will appear alongside the presentation materials when speaking. Panelists are strongly encouraged to keep video on while presenting to the board. As with our in-person meetings, comments and support will be followed by comments in opposition. The order of comments is as follows: elected officials, representatives of elected officials, and members of the public. The chair may limit the number of people called upon to offer comment and the time for commenting as time constraints require. For that reason, the board prefers to hear from members of the public who are most impacted by a project, that is, those individuals who live closest to the project. If you wish to comment on an appeal, please click the raise hand button along the bottom of your screen in the Zoom webinar platform. Click it again and your hand should go down. When the host sees your hand, you will receive a request to unmute yourself. Select yes, and you should be able to talk. If you are connected to the hearing by telephone, please press *9 to raise and lower your hand. You must press *6 to unmute yourself after you receive the request from the host. Those called upon to comment will be asked to state their name and address first and then provide their comment. In the interest of time and to ensure that you have enough time to do so, please raise your hand as soon as Mr. Stembridge reads the address into the record. Do not raise your hand before the relevant address is called, or the meeting host will not know to call on you at the appropriate time. We ask that you keep your comments brief, and all public testimony will be limited to 90 seconds per speaker. All right, good. All right, we'll turn it back over to you, Mr. Stembridge.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With that, yes, we'll go to the extension scheduled for 9:30 a.m. There are 9 extension cases for today. They all appear to be reasonable, so we'll vote on them all together. And if there's any question, we can deal with that after I read them. We'll begin with case BOA 1590502 with the address of 8 Vernon Street. Next, we have case BOA 1175767 with the address of 16 to 22 Linden Street. Next, we have case BOA 1175793 with the address of 6 Pratt Street. Next, we have case BOA 1554601 with the address of 6062 North Beacon Street. Next, we have case BOA 1426452 with the address of 68 Terrace Street. Next, we have case BOA 1547315 with the address 268 to 274 Friend Street. Next, we have case BOA 1627005 with the address of 238 to 240 Maverick Street. Next, we have case BOA 1489026 with the address 24 Dry Dock Avenue. And finally, we have case BOA 1341015 with the address of 146 M Street. Madam Chair, those are the extensions before us today.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? May I have a motion to grant the extensions as requested?
Motion to grant the extensions as requested.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Mr. Langham,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza,
Yes.
Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
With that, move on to the hearing scheduled for 9:30 a.m. At this point, we'll ask if there are any requests for withdrawals or deferrals from the 9:30 a.m. hearing.
Yes. Mr. Stenbridge, 1 through 1H Washington Place.
Thank you, Attorney Spitz. So this request is for case BOA 1846713 with the address 1 to 1H Washington Place. You'd like to explain?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Stenbridge. Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Ryan Spitz with Adams Moranci, business address of 168 8th Street, first floor, South Boston. We're here requesting an administrative deferral to allow the applicant to have a hearing in front of a full 7-member board.
Okay, do we have any dates for Mr. Spitz?
We'll take the soonest date as that we are expected to have a full 7-member board.
Asking Caroline. Who's in there with you, Mr. Stenbridge? Is it Caroline or is it Stephanie? Do we have a date that we can provide Attorney Spitz? Can folks hear me?
I can.
Okay, so, okay, just confirming. So is someone in there with you, Mr. Stenbridge, who can provide us with a date? Can you hear us, Mr. Stenbridge? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, so you cannot hear us, so can someone come back and assist Mr. Stenbridge with sound? Sorry about that, Attorney.
Oh, Madam Chair,
Yes,
apologies. So they're having some technical difficulties, but August 11 would be the next available date.
okay. Okay, so with that, may I have a motion?
Motion to grant deferrals to August 11th. What do you see?
May I have a second?
Second.
Well, I don't know if Mr. Stenbridge can respond. Mr. Stenbridge? We can't hear you. Okay, we'll keep going. Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you.
We'll see you then. Are there any other requests? It looks like we have to for deferrals? Okay, well, it looks like we're waiting on technical support for Mr. Stembridge, so we're going to need to pause again. Caroline, can you check in with folks to see if they can, when they can provide the support?
Yes, Madam Chair. I believe 2 people from IT are on their way right now.
Okay, because we sure need our secretary.
Yes, we do.
All right, for those who are just joining, please have patience. There are some technical issues over in our secretary's office, so let's give him a moment. But someone should probably stand by in case there's another issue.
Yes, in case you Gremmel turns, sure. All right, excuse us folks, but we were asking if there were any more requests for withdrawals of deferrals from the 9:30 a.m. hearing. Hearing none. The first cases that deferred, if I have it correctly, until August 11th.
Yes, sir.
So we will move on to case BOA 182-5908 with the address of 229 Harrison Avenue.
Is the applicant here to present for 229 Harrison Ave?
Yes,
Okay, please state your name and address for the record.
this is Kyle. I'm the architect for this project. Also, Rich Chen is owner. He's also here. Do you mind I use my
So we cannot
PowerPoint?
share your screen, so whatever you submitted is what we're going by, so please guide the ambassador as to where you want, what page you want.
Okay, I also share with the ambassador PowerPoint. Is he open? Okay to open that or not? I shared
To open
another
his
PDF.
PowerPoint.
Yeah, maybe 20 minutes ago.
I
Will
don't
you
think they're
be
gonna be
able
able to share anything from 20 minutes ago. You needed to have seen.
Okay, that's fine. If you go to next page, so the address is 229 Harrison Avenue. The current use is 2-family with no parking. So our project is to change the use to a 4-family unit. As you can see, like this is the existing basement plan, just utility space. If you go to next page, on the top left is an existing plan. The existing use is two family use with each unit has 4 bedrooms. Our proposal is to change each level to a different unit. So each unit has 2 bedrooms with a full kitchen and 2 bathrooms and a living dining area. So basically, the first floor is unit 1. second, second floor is unit 2, third floor is unit 3, and then top floor will be unit 4. If you go to elevation, please, essentially each floor has the same layout. If you go down to the elevation page, yeah, as you can see, the existing fourth floor has a pit roof. So our plan is to demo the dormers and then rebuild the roof. So the ceiling height is the same, but we are keeping the footprint, the area unchanged, and also the building height remains the same. I think that's our project. We also try to. I have some existing photos on my PowerPoint. Existing condition is not very good, so we try to use better insulation, make this building more energy efficient, and then existing building interior finish is also not good. So we also use the opportunity to improve the interior environment, so the future occupants can have a better living condition. We also, during construction, we also, follow all the requirements by the city and then by the building code to, respect the neighborhood, to make the, the job site clean and safe for everybody. So this is what our presentation today. If you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 229 Harrison Ave, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 4/9/26 that was lightly attended by the community. The proposal was also reviewed by the Chinatown Neighborhood Council on 4/27/26, where some concerns were expressed about the plans not being conducive to families, and at the Chinatown Residents Association on 4/1/26 as well. Following the feedback from CNC, the applicant has updated their plans from 3 bedrooms to 2 bedrooms and an office. And at this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Next, we have Alice from Councilor Flynn.
Good morning. My name is Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on a lack of any negative feedback from neighbors and nearby civic groups. He respectfully asks the proponent to work closely with the community on any quality of life issues.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning. Could I go? Can I?
No.
This is Councilor Murphy. Can I speak in support, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to go on record in support and echo what Councilor Flynn's office said, that work closely with the community going forward, but likes the plans and looking forward to the additional housing in the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor.
Okay, next we have Debbie.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Chinatown Main Street, we are in support of this project. I have a long history of knowing this building since I was young. It's been over 60 years since any type of renovation has been done inside the building. I'd like to go on the record to support this, and I would like to request the members of the zoning board to grant their request. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, there are no additional comments.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, go ahead.
I'm just trying to understand the front elevation. I can put forward a motion, but it would be good for the BPD design review to take a look at the front elevation. I just see kind of stairs kind of floating, and I'm just trying to understand if that's just a CAD error, because the plans are not detailed enough.
Would the architect like to?
Yeah, if the architect is there, that would be great. Just clarify.
Which, I think that's fire escape, lattice work, fire escape you are referring to.
the fire escape.
Yeah, the lattice work.
I think
fire-
maybe you're cutting off the stairs because on your plans, it shows that you have stairs leading out. And in your front elevation, they're just kind of floating.
Yeah,
Oh,
this
that's
is on
probably arrow, we
A1
could get it fixed.
What?
I was just pointing out, this was on A1 too, I see the same thing.
Yeah, that's an error. We will, fix and resubmit.
Right, so basically you have stairs going all the way to the landing, correct?
Right.
And if you notice, you see that your proposed door is conflicting with your subgrade window.
Mm-hmm. Understand.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a motion of approval without any code violation.
With no building code relief.
Correct.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge? You're on mute, Mr. Stenbridge. You just need to unmute yourself, Mr. Stenbridge. I see it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
If you can hear me, it's a yes.
Oh boy, those technical folks need to stay close. All right. Mr. Langham,
Yes.
Ms. Better-Baraza,
Yes.
Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Good luck, and please do hire an architect to do detailed drawings for you.
Okay, thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1840986 with the address of 500 Boylston Street. If the applicant and/or the representative are present, and if the equipment keeps working, would you please explain to the board?
Yep, my name's Daniel Brennan. I'm here with BPC, 8 Stonegate Lane, Salem, New Hampshire. I'm a consultant handling the Just Salads permits and licenses. Also joined with Jennifer Richter, Director of Construction for Just Salad. They currently operate 2 other locations in the city, one in Fort Point, one in Post Office Square. We're here today seeking relief for the takeout use. If you could go to the next slide, please. So that's our layout. So this space was formerly a retail space, Talbot's, over at 500 Boylston. It was demised into separate tenant spaces, and we'll be taking one of them if this is approved. Our space is just under 2,000 square feet, so 1,830 square feet, consisting of a dining area, service counter, back kitchen, and 2 public restrooms. The current design has 12 stand-up dining counter spaces, but it may become 12 seats. Exterior work is just signage, and it will be on separate permits. We feel that it fits in well with the community. There's many other quick service restaurants, and this will give a nice, healthy option to the area. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant has completed the community process. This proposal is located in a commercial area where this use is common. The applicants have met with the Neighborhood Association of the Back Bay, and that group is in non-opposition. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional.
Good morning, I'm sorry. I would like to go on record in support also.
So for the record, this is Councilor Aaron Murphy.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, any other comments?
Madam Chair, I don't see additional hands raised at the moment.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Mr. Langham,
Yes.
Ms. Better Baraza,
Yes.
Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a great meeting.
Next, we have case BOA 183-3097 with the address of 62 to 64 Baxter Street. If the applicants and/or the representative present, they're pleased to like to report.
Yes, good morning. My name is Thomas Krakalici. I am the architect for the project, and I'll be representing Kelly and Nick, the owners. We are seeking approval of a new construction roof deck on a 4-story multifamily, 40-foot height, over 1-story semi-enclosed parking structure. The existing conditions, there's a existing roof hatch that is to remain, and there are some AC condensers and penetrations on the roof. That's all to remain. Tight lot conditions are typical in the area, making functional private outdoor space difficult. So we're just looking to create a functional private outdoor space for an existing unit. There's no change in use density or occupancy. We're trying to maintain compatibility with the neighborhood character, enhance the overall site and building performance, and again, just maintain the existing building form, no change, respect the neighborhood scale and materials. There'll be minimal visibility from the street, and then we're trying to improve the visual appearance and cohesion. So just a brief summary of the proposed work. We're just looking to construct a minimally elevated 658 approximately square foot roof deck. There'll be a small pergola and a 42-inch code compliant perimeter guardrail at the perimeter of the structure. The deck will be constructed over the existing roof using a pressure treated wood support curb system with minimal roof penetrations, runoff openings. It'll be fully flashed and waterproofed. And again, we're looking to have a seamless integration with the existing roof structure using hurricane ties and heavy-duty twisted structural straps that are secured to the existing I-joist roof framing. So that's sort of a breakdown of the structure, and then there'll be composite decking that'll be securely fastened, fully code compliant, and the pergola will have a lightweight visual profile, so it'll be open, non-enclosed, with minimal visual impact. We have design consultants on board, including a structural engineer. Wasn't able to submit the plans in time for this meeting, but we do have a certified structural engineer who has provided plans and details and notes as to how this will be achieved structurally. We also have a certified existing and proposed plot plan from a certified professional licensed land surveyor as well. And yes, I think that's mostly a summary of the project. And we've been in contact with the neighborhood association, and we're granted support from them, from their representative as well.
Can you talk about the pergola? How far set back is that? Is it visible from the street?
Yeah, it's about 2 feet setback. There's a small parapet that sort of obstructs it. So when you're standing on the street, you will be able to see it. It'll be sort of clipped off, but it's approximately 2 feet setback from the parapet.
And do you have any issues with possibly moving it that was just like beyond visibility view from the street? That was a comment from BPD.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Would there be any concerns about moving the setback further? There was a comment from BPD about the pergola and visibility.
I think the building was constructed, they needed to seek a variance in order to build within the setback, but it's not encroaching any.
The pergola
Yeah.
itself, not anything else, yeah.
I'm
We'll
not
move
sure I'm
on.
understanding the question fully.
We'll move on. Are there other questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. ONS hosted an abutters meeting on May 7th where no abutters chose to speak. The City-side Neighborhood Association chose not to meet with this applicant. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comment. Oh, we have Ashley from City Councilor.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in opposition based on his long-standing policy against new roof deck construction in residential areas of South Boston due to years of quality of life complaints from neighbors, including seniors, persons with disabilities, and young families. With South Boston having become a destination for young people on the weekend, neighbors and civic groups continue to call attention to roof decks as a source of disturbances and loud noise at all hours, as well as concerns on public safety with gas grills or trash removal issues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I don't see additional hands raised at the moment.
Okay, any other questions from the board? May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval with a proviso that the project undergoes BPD design review, paying special attention to the location of the deck and the setback from all building sides so that it is not visible from the street.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes. Did you hear me? I said
Am I
yes.
missing Ms. Wee- No, I heard you. I didn't hear
Oh.
Ms. Wewell.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1834696 with the address of 556 East Broadway. If the applicant and or their representative present, then please explain to the board.
How's it going? My name is Nick Schiffer. I am the owner of the property as well as a contractor. We had previously gotten approval to add an additional floor to the building, which we have since abandoned. And we are simply asking to convert the building from a 3-family to a 2-family. All of the renovation work will be within the confines of the existing structure. No exterior changes will be made.
Okay, are there questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to all occupied parcels in a 300-foot radius, which solicited no comments to our office. The Gate of Heaven Neighborhood Association is supporting this application. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. He respectfully requests the proponent continue to work closely with neighbors on any of quality of life issues during the construction phase. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Erin.
Hi, thank you. I'd like to go in support and just wish the owner luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
With that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1838243 with the address of 590 East 8th Street. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain?
Good morning. My name is Jeff Gannon. Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the board. I'm the architect and representative for David and Jill DeMello, the owners of 590 East 8th. Just showing here on the slide is an existing condition. We can go to the next slide. That will also show the plans and the elevations. This is a 2.5-story home. There is a minor renovation at the second floor and then an expansion at the third floor. If we could go to the next slide. There are 3 areas of relief. The owners have owned the building since 2013 and lived there. They are a growing family. They have 3 young girls, and they're looking to expand for that reason. There was also, unbeknownst to them, it is on record as a 2-family, so we are looking to change that to a single family, as that is how it is laid out and being used. And then we have a side yard setback relief request to basically expand on an existing condition, and then a roof modification. Here's the proposed design. You can see in the street rendering in the front elevation, it's dormering out the existing half-story at the third floor. And then you can see on the site plan, we're calling for a full story at the smaller addition area on the back. Next slide. We'll just show the plans. Again, you can see the third floor, which will be able to house the bedrooms and a bathroom and a laundry area. And then the roof modification of the plan on the left. In the last slide, please. The upper left is just showing the neighbors' buildings, also residences, and then showing the roof modification and the expansion upward. So happy to hear any questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This applicant completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on May 7th where no abutters chose to speak. The Gate of Heaven Neighborhood Association chose not to take a position on this application. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. He respectfully requests the proponent work closely with the butters on any of quality of life issues during the construction phase. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I don't see additional hands raised.
Sorry, I didn't raise my hand. Could I go on record in support also? Thank you.
Yes, Councilor Murphy, please identify yourself.
Councilor Murphy.
Thank you. With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Betta Baraza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell? You're on mute, Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have KCBOA 1855037 with the address of 100 Magazine Street. This is an Article 80 case, and if the applicant or the representative present, they please explain to the board.
Is someone recusing themselves on this one?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm recusing myself on this.
Thank you. So just to confirm, we are now a 5-member board for this case? Is there someone to speak to 100 Magazine Street?
That would be me, Madam Chair, Pat Brophy.
Okay.
How are
Please
you?
proceed.
Madam Chair, Mr. Secretary, members of the and staff of the Zoning Board of Appeals, good morning. My name is Pat Brophy, and I serve as the Vice President of State and Local Government Affairs at Suffolk. We're proudly headquartered at 65 Allerton Street in Roxbury, and I'm joined this morning by my colleagues from Suffolk Design and High Point Engineering. As you know, for over 40 years, Suffolk has been a collaborative partner in Boston and anchor business in the Newmarket District. Our CEO, John Fish, is very proud to call Boston and Roxbury home, and this renovation will support our anticipated growth, making it one of the largest employers in Newmarket District. We employ almost 500 people at our national headquarters, and we're encouraged by recent city investments in Clifford Park, Roxbury Prep, and the increased public safety presence in the district. This morning, I'm here to introduce a major investment in our headquarters. This project was approved by the Boston Planning Board in December of 2025, and we're currently in construction and plan to finish by October of 2026. This $30 million renovation of 100 Magazine Street will transform our office and warehouse space into state-of-the-art office that will house Suffolk's technology, innovation, research, and product development teams. When complete, 100 Magazine Street will be the epicenter of artificial intelligence in the construction industry. This plan reflects years of collaboration with the Planning Department, Transportation Department, the Boston Police, the Newmarket BID, and local stakeholders. We've listened very carefully to community concerns and incorporate feedback into every aspect of our design. It directly supports the goals of Plan Newmarket, including the preservation of traditional industrial commercial uses, pedestrian safety and public realm conditions, especially along Magazine and Kemble Street near Roxbury Prep and Clifford Park, enhancing climate resilience through increased landscaping, which includes a significant public improvements of 48 canopy trees and a 1,500% increase in campus green space. We're installing dark sky compliant lighting, additional security cameras at the request of Boston Police Department, and we're increasing our sidewalk widths. As part of the design process, we're proposing an 8-foot high steel picket black fence. This fence will be screened by new mature street trees and significant plantings within the campus. The scope item has been reviewed and approved by the city's planning urban design team, and the fence will mirror the rest of the Suffolk campus, and its height is consistent with adjacent businesses and institutions within the Newmarket area. We are respectfully requesting your approval for that 8-foot fence. And in conclusion, I'd like to thank Stephanie Haynes, the city's planning department, ISD, and the ZBA staff for their guidance and professionalism throughout this process. And we're hopeful that this will demonstrate our commitment to the improved aesthetics in the neighborhood, and we look forward to your feedback and approval.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury, Roxbury Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, our office will defer to the board for its judgment. The proponent has completed the required Article 80 review process, including a public meeting held on November 20th, 2025, and received board approval in 2025. The required Article 80 community process has been complete, and our office is not aware of any outstanding community concerns or issues related to the proposal. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have Councilor Erin.
Hi, thank you. This is Councilor Murphy. Just want to thank you, Pat, for coming on, and also to Suffolk for all you do in the neighborhood. So I'm here to support. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor.
Next, we have Nick Carter.
Thank you. Nick Carter here at the Planning Department. Wanted to echo ONS's sentiments and also go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick.
And next, we have Liam Rimas from Councilor Fitzgerald.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. Liam Remus from Councilor Fitzgerald's office. The councilor would like to go on record in support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Liam.
And I think we have somebody from the public, Mark DeLazio.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Mark DeLazio. I'm a business agent for Carpenters Local 327 in Boston, and we just want to go on record as being in full support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
With that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a motion of approval, as Suffolk is a longtime good neighbor in the Roxbury neighborhood and a good business partner for the city of Boston.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Thank you, Mr. Stenbridge.
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better-Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yeah.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1667 with the address of 610A Tremont Street. If the applicant and/or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board? Is anyone available for 610 to 610A Tremont Street?
I think I see the person on the attendee section. Michelle, Angel, and Michelle, if you can unmute yourself, please.
My name is Angel Carrasquillo. I'm the owner of Leche y Miel Bakery, and our proposal is that for variance from a drugstore to a bakery.
Good morning, members of the board. Thank you, first of all, for your time and consideration. My name is Michelle, and I'm here with my father, Angel, who is the owner of Leche y Miel Bakery and Cafe. Due to a temporary disability following a serious accident, I've been helping him to manage the project throughout the permitting process, and on the advice of ISD, the contact information for the application was updated to my name so that there would be a consistent point of contact and just to keep things flowing while he's temporarily unable to move things along. But the ownership and the vision of the project remain unchanged. Before this space, before it became vacant, the landlord surveyed members of the Puerto Rican community to ask what type of business they wanted to see in this location, and the community chose a traditional Puerto Rican style panaderia, which is, in Spanish, it's just a bakery / cafe, and our family was selected to bring that vision to life by the residents, and we're honored by that trust. And we're committed to creating a bakery that reflects our culture while serving the entire neighborhood. Our family also owns Mana Escondido Cafe, which is a few blocks away from this space. And there we proudly serve authentic Puerto Rican food since 2013. And this project, Leche y Miel, is a natural extension of that commitment. And we'll offer fresh Puerto Rican breads, pastries, coffee, and other baked goods and lunch options. And we feel we'll be bringing a unique neighborhood bakery to the South End. We are committed to being good neighbors, creating local jobs, and providing a welcoming space for residents and visitors alike. We believe Leche y Miel will add something special to the South End by celebrating Puerto Rican culture and providing the Puerto Rican bakery that the community has asked for. We've also received letters of support from community leaders who believe that this bakery will be a positive addition to the neighborhood. We'd be happy to provide those letters at your request, and we respectfully ask for your approval so we can bring this vision to life and serve the South End community. Thank you for your time.
Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 610 to 610A Tremont Street, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including the distribution of a subcommittee flyer on 5/20/26, which I did not receive any community comments. The proposal was also not in the catchment area of any civic associations and therefore was not required to meet with any. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you everyone for your time and consideration.
Next, we have Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Next, we have Councilor Murphy.
Hi, good morning. Yes, this is Council Murphy. I want to go on record in support and just want to thank the owner and his daughter for doing like just family work and seeing it forward and looking forward to visiting soon. So thank you.
Thank you.
And next, we have Nicolas Armanta. Nicolas.
Thank you, ZBA. My name is Nick Armata. I am the senior planner with the Boston Landmarks Commission. Just a reminder to this applicant that this application, we will require review by the South End Landmark Commission because this project is located in the South End Landmark District. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd be happy to put forward a motion for Leche Min, which would be a really nice addition. The motion is approval.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better-Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have case BOA 1855600 with the address of 3 Boen's Avenue. The applicant and or the representative are present. Please explain to the board.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Secretary, and good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. For the record, Attorney Matt Eckel on behalf of the applicant. Joining me today is Eric Zackerson from Context, the project architect, as well as Steve Daddario, the project applicant. We're seeking to erect a new residential building at 3 Glines Ave with 3 units and 2 parking spaces on a currently vacant lot. The project sits on Glines Ave, which is in the Eggleston Square neighborhood of Jamaica Plain. Glines Ave is a dead-end street accessed from School Street, and this would be the first lot on the right as you're going down Glines Ave. The site is just approximately 1/10 of a mile away from both Washington and Columbus Ave, which are served by MBTA bus services, as well as 1/2 a mile from the MBTA Stony Brook Station, providing future residents multiple means of transportation to go along with the 2 parking spaces we are providing. These 3 new residential units will be offered for home ownership. And just to go through the floor plans briefly, the basement is common mechanicals and storage, as well as sprinklers. The first floor would have the main entry, which provides access to all 3 units. Unit 1, located on the first floor, is 810 square feet, a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, with a walkout rear patio. The second floor will house Unit 2, which is a 975 square foot, 2-bedroom, 2-bath unit. And the third floor is designed the same as the second, so the house Unit 3, which is also 975 square feet with 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. This project went through an extensive community process, and the applicant worked closely with both abutters as well as the local civic associations. Some changes were made throughout the process, including to the design of the building as well as the location of the building. And at one point, we had proposed a roof deck, which has now been removed from the plans and is no longer part of the proposal. Based on these changes, we did submit 4 letters of support, including 1 from the Eggleston Square Neighborhood Association and 1 from the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council. With that, I'll pause and happily take any questions the board may have.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Berry. I'm the Jamaica Plain Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting facilitated September 23rd. 2 abutters expressed support for providing the addition of much needed housing while recommending the inclusion of bicycle parking and an addition of first floor. Other abutters raised concerns regarding access to the rear yard for 2nd and 3rd floor residents, sidewalk repair, placement of windows in relation to the proposed setbacks, and whether a shadow study had conducted. One abutter stated they would support but expressed strong opposition to the proposed 3-family use, citing concerns that it could establish a precedent for future development in the neighborhood. Following the abutters meeting, the proposal was presented to Eggleston Square Neighborhood Association with the vote. To date, our office has received 4 letters of support, including one from True and Eggleston Square Neighborhood Association approving the proposal. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Next, we have Councilor Murphy.
Yes, good morning. Erin, Council Murphy here. Just wanted to go on record in support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Nicolás Armata.
Good morning. My name is Nick Armata. I am a member of the Boston Landmarks Commission Staff Association, and I'm just speaking on record in support of this project. I've worked with Matt on several occasions and his team. And we're confident that he will come up with a beautiful project.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to propose a motion of approval.
Second. Thank you. Mr. Stenbridge.
Yes.
Mr. Langham.
Yes.
Ms. Benabraza.
Yes.
Ms. Turner. Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have case BOA 1848048 with the address of 1442 to 1444 Dorchester Avenue. If the applicant and the other representatives are present, will they please explain?
I also need to recuse myself from this case too. Thank you.
Thank you. So just a reminder, we are now a 5-member board.
And bear with me, Madam Chair, because this is a companion case that has a companion case, which is case BOA 1848052 with the address of 22R to 24R Leonard Street. And this one is an Article 8 of both of them.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Joe Hanley, McDermott, Quilty, Miller, and Hanley, representing Beantown Companies, who's the proponent of this project. Next slide, I'd just like to introduce you real quickly to our team. Big Dot Realty Trust is a subsidiary of Beantown Companies. Mark Resnick, who's the principal, David O'Sullivan and Arian Nicola are here as the project architects. This is a historic restoration and expansion project, so we are also working with local historic consultant William Young, as well as historic tax credit consultants for this project. Next slide, just to bring you to the site. You'll see the white building. This is at the intersection in the heart of Fields Corner in Dorchester. At the intersection of Dorchester Ave and Adams Street is the building, which also runs along towards its rear along Leonard Street. Next slide shows you a little more in closer context. This is looking at the existing building on Dorchester Avenue at that intersection. The building is the former Hearns warehouse building that was built around the early 1900s and became a music hall at one point. We have existing retail, including the post office that's remaining on the ground floor, and underutilized office and commercial on the upper levels, which will be integrated into the addition, which we'll show you. Next slide, please. This is the view looking at the corner. You'll see the post office that is remaining. And the next slide takes you for a view looking, if you will, up Adams Street. I don't know if you could go to the next slide. This is the view looking up towards Adams Street. You'll see up Adams Street towards Dorchester Avenue, excuse me. You'll see Part of this existing building in the music hall, there are once these grand windows that are being restored. You can see them in the facade there, and that's a huge driver of the existing renovation. Next slide, please. And a view from Leonard Street in the rear. So plan right, you can see, as Mr. Semper indicated, there are two cases. These are two parcels that are being combined. And the existing Leonard Street parcel in the rear is a unimproved surface lot that we are seeking to construct an addition for new residential. And you will see in the foreground an existing building which is known as the Clapp Field House. It's believed to be built around the 1700s and relocated at this site. We've been working very closely with the BPD as part of the Article 8 approval, as well as the Landmarks Commission, to maintain and integrate that structure into the development, and we suggest that supports the zoning as well. Next slide, please. So just quick project overview. The amount of land for the combined site, a little over 26,635 square feet. The gross floor area is broken up between about 40,000 existing for the building and a 35,000 addition for 47 new residential units, both in the addition and in the underutilized upper levels of the existing music hall. 9 of the units will be affordable. There is a mix of 1s, 2s, and 3s. We have 18 parking spaces and 72 bicycle parking spaces. Project benefits, we're very excited to obviously to restore the music hall, but also retain the Clapp House to provide much needed affordable and market rate housing in a sustainable development, which will be all electric, and to remediate the heat island effect by removing the surface lot and creating a usable open space and a new public realm and the like. Next slide just takes you through the zoning real quickly. We are in a neighborhood shopping community commercial district. The principal relief that is necessary is a conditional use permit to allow for residential on the main level, which you will see in the addition at the back to the right. And as well as the floor area ratio. It's an existing non-conforming building today. We're combining the lots. 1 is allowed, 2.5 is proposed. The height, both stories and the elevation, 4 stories is allowed and 40 feet. We are proposing 6 at the rear. That is setback and approximately 68 feet in height. I will note that there's about a 12.5-foot grade change that goes back towards the site, and that helps to mitigate the height as well. We're in a walk shed, which you saw early on, less than a quarter mile to the Fields Corner Rapid Rail Red Line train station along the bus routes. Helps to mitigate, we are creating parking, but helps to mitigate the relief for 18 spaces, and the base code is 2 per unit is the requirement. The neighborhood design overlay went through Article 80. We were approved in August of last year. And we now have 2 buildings on 1 lot by virtue of combining these 2 parcels. And that is the result of keeping the Clapp Field House as the new building, if you will, as an addition to the existing. So you see this now on the next slide, how this all comes together with the relief that's requested. And I have David O'Sullivan here if you'd like him to take you through the plans and renderings.
Only briefly, please. Do not go through every slide. Thank you.
David or Arian from O'Sullivan?
Yes, hi, Arian Nicola from Sullivan Architects. We can quickly go through the floor plans. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but if you go to the next slide, you'll see this is again just a top-down view of the entire site, the streets and the courtyard and the adjacent parking lot. The next slide will show you the parking level. On the left-hand side is the new building. On the right-hand side is the basement of the existing storage building, which will be occupied by the new bike room and some storage. Next slide will show you the first floor. These colored units are the residential units, and then we have a residential lobby coming off of Adams Street and Dorchester Avenue intersection. And then planned south there, you'll see the two-story existing historic house to also be sort of like restored into, renovated into two separate units. Next floor up is the second floor. Again, the left-hand side is a new building, the historic house in blue as well detached. On the right-hand side, the storage building with the existing commercial space to remain. The next slide, this one we could quickly skip, is the mezzanine level of the second floor. And then now we're looking at the third floor. Now at this point, it's all residential units. Left-hand side, new building. The right-hand side, the existing storage building. And then the floor above is the same as this one, as the fourth floor. And then finally, if you go to the fifth floor, you'll see now the new building has one fewer units. The top floor is pulled back a bit, and on the right-hand side, you'll see the roof deck proposed and some of the amenity space on top of the existing storage building. And then the next slide is just the roof plan of the entire development. If you can go to the next slide. Yeah, here you'll see everything top down. And then finally, the A401, which was right before this, is a side section just to sort of like show the relationship between the two buildings. And then what you're seeing on the screen is side-by-side, sort of like a real image versus a rendering of what the new project will look like, sort of like keeping the same angle.
Okay.
And that is this presentation. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam
Questions
Chair,
from the board?
I have one question I just wanted to follow up on. In our materials in the memo, it says 9+ IDP units, and I didn't see any explanation for what plus stands for. Does anyone know what the plus signifies?
So the IDP requires 17%. We're doing a little over 19%. And so that equates to 9 units plus they round. So if you're like under the 0.5, in other words, going to 10, you pay in based on a pro rata for that. So that's what that refers to.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Community Needs Specialist of Neighborhood Services. At that time, our office will defer to the board for its judgment. The proponent has completed the required Article 80 review process. A public meeting held on June 24th, 2020. Community feedback reflected mixed views. Many abutters expressed support for the proposal, particularly the present existing. However, concerns were raised regarding parking. While some residents of the addition of new housing units, they did not support the spaces. Next, the proposal was presented to Fields Corner Civic Association, where the proposal was generally well received. Following the community meetings, the proposal was approved by the board on August 14, 2025. This time, our office is not aware of any outstanding community concerns or issues related to the proposal. Thank you for your time.
Okay, next, we have Councilor Murphy.
Thank you. I just want to thank Joe and his team who came to my office over a year ago now, I think, and really explained what their vision and plan was. As a neighbor here in Dorchester, I'm excited to see this investment and looking forward to what it will bring to this neighborhood. So thank you for trusting our neighborhood, Joe and team, and just want to go on support and full support of the project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Liam Rimas from Councilor Fitzgerald.
Well, Madam Chair, members of the board, Liam Remus from Councilor Fitzgerald's office. The council would like to go on record in support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mark Delazio.
Yeah, Madam Chair, members of the board, thanks for the opportunity to speak. My name is Mark Alacio. I am a business representative for the North Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, and we just want to go on record as being in support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Nicolas Armata.
Madam Chair, my name is Nicholas Armata, Senior Planner for the Boston Landmarks Commission. The proposed work at 1442, 1444 Dorchester Avenue combines two elements which are essential to Boston. One, much needed housing for Boston residents, and two, the preservation of two historic central to Fields Corner development, the 1772 Clapp Fieldhouse and the 1886 Dorchester Music Hall O'Hearn Storage Building. The development team worked diligently with the Boston Landmarks Commission staff to change their initial design to pivot from demolition of the Clapp Fieldhouse and instead embrace the preservation and adaptive reuse of both of these historic structures. Therefore, the Office of Historic Preservation enthusiastically supports the zoning variances requested by this applicant. Thank you.
Next, we have Tyler Ross.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, allowing me to speak here. Just want to go on record in support of check that a project manager from the planning department. We had a couple attended our local newspaper. The counselor is on record in support. We'll go on record in support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
I just have a comment. I know that the project has been undergoing BPD design review. I just want to make a comment here on the record, and hopefully the project manager listens to some of this feedback. I find the base along Leonard Street to be very barrier-like, and what I mean by that is that you have almost a full story of just masonry. I know that there's bikes right in front. If there's a way to make it a little bit more pedestrian friendly, so you don't feel like you're walking by a 10-foot wall along Leonard Street. Other than that, I don't have any other comments.
Can I make a quick comment to that? The architect, this has actually been addressed very briefly. We have actually planting right along the building. We have added detail to the brick, and also with the new stair coming down, we have addressed that moment where you enter the building. So hopefully that helps. We have updated drawings that we share with you at some point.
Okay, that's great. Just because there's a huge grade drop.
And
I just want you to. I think detailing would benefit the project a lot. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Any other comments from the board? May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner? Oh, sorry. Ms. Ruo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Good luck.
Next, we have case BOA 183-5904 with the address of 105 Pleasant View Street. If the applicant and the representative present, if they would explain to the board.
Yes. Good morning, Madam Chairperson and members of the board. My name is Lorraine Moyo. I'm with Simba General Contractors representing our client, Victor Maxwell, the owner of 105 Pleasant View. We are requesting zoning relief to convert the existing owner-occupied one-story single-family home into a two-family residence with the addition of a second story. We're seeking relief for three zoning issues. The first one is excessive floor area, insufficient front yard, insufficient rear yard. These conditions are largely the result of older zoning regulations and dimensions of the existing lot, and not an attempt to overdevelop the property. Also, many homes throughout the neighborhood share similar setbacks and lot characteristics. The property will remain owner occupied, and we have consulted immediate abutters and they've expressed support for this project. Can I have sheet G001, please? I don't know that is, if that's easier, fine, it's okay. All right, so this is what it will look like. So currently it's a single family, but this is what it will look like with the addition of the second floor. So the existing floor print of the house will remain essentially unchanged. We're building vertically rather than significantly expanding outward. The existing driveway access is maintained. Existing site circulation remains the same. The project is designed to be a traditional two-family consistent with surrounding development. Sheet A101, please. I think it's the next one. So here we have the existing first floor unit. The first floor unit dwelling remains substantially intact. Improvements will include code compliance egress, and modernized living space, and structural upgrades to support the second floor. Sheet A102, please. All right, so the second floor will be approximately 1,140 square feet. It will include 2 bedrooms, a full bathroom, open living room, kitchen, and dining area. So the layout will provide comfortable family-sized housing while remaining compatible with the scale of the neighborhood. Sheet A201. All right, elevations here. You'll see simple residential architecture, pitched roof, consistent siding materials, balanced window placement, modest exterior stair locations, and it will resemble the neighborhood and many existing two-family homes found throughout Hyde Park. And the 301, please, A301, 302. So here's the new structural floor system, fire radius separation between dwelling units. We have sound insulation, roof construction, foundation relationship. And sheet S001, which is the last one. And here is just the structural part, new LVL beams, reinforced floor framing, engineered roof framing, new bearing walls, and upgraded structural support. And that's it. So we respectfully ask the board to grant zoning relief for this family, please.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury, and I am the Park Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Service. Has completed the required community process, which consists of butters meeting facilitated on May 14th. One of stating that it is a logical expansion of the existing home. No additional community process was the above, and to date, our office has not received any further community feedback. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services referred to the board.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional hands raised at the moment.
With that, may I have a motion?
I put forward a motion of approval.
Second.
There's a second. Thank you. Mr. Stenbridge.
Yeah.
Mr. Langham.
Yes.
Ms. Better-Brazza.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Next, we have case BOA 183-3442 with the address of 17R Belton Road. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board?
Hi, my name's Steve Fine, and I'm the contractor for this project. Thank you for your time. So this is a building owned by a local charity, and they have had this garage since the building was built. The garage is in terrible shape and needed to be redone. And the proposal is to rebuild it in exactly the same place as the original, exactly the same size, same height, just taking down the one that was there in poor shape and replacing it with a new one.
Are there questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to all occupied parcels in a 300-foot radius, which solicited no comments to our office. The Brighton Alston Improvement Association is supporting this application. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Next, we have Nicolas Armada.
Nick Armada, Senior Planner for the Boston Landmarks Commission. The proposed scope of work at 17R Melton Road in Brighton includes the full demolition of the existing garage, which is more than 50 years old. The scope of work requires an application to be submitted to the Boston Landmarks Commission under Article 85 of the Boston Zoning Code. The proponent will need to complete the application for demolition online at boston.gov/landmarks and receive a determination from the Landmarks Commission staff. No demolition permit can be issued until the Article 85 process is completed. Thank you.
And we have a Councilor Murphy.
Yes, wanted to go on record in support. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
With that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stanbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Benabraza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, it's 10:55. So before we go to the 11 a.m. here,
Okay, we will take a 5-minute break. See you then.
Recording stopped.
Present, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Langham?
Present.
Thank you. Ms. Better Brazza?
Present.
Ms. Turner?
Present.
Ms. Wewell?
Present.
Great, thank you. Please proceed, Mr. Stenbridge.
Certainly, Madam Chair. We'll begin by asking if there are any requests for withdrawals or deferrals from the 11 a.m. hearing. Hearing none, we'll move on to the first case, which is
Mr.
case.
Stenbridge, I'm sorry. There is one person who's looking for a referral.
Thank you, Jesus.
Ethan, if you can unmute yourself, please.
I can. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, what case are you?
Thank you. I'm here for 44 Granger Street. We still need to set up a city abutters meeting. I'm coordinating with ONS.
Thank you. Mr. Stenbridge needs to read it into the record.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This request is for case BOA 183-6310 with the address of 44 Granger Street. Would you go ahead again and explain, please?
Certainly. So an initial city abutters meeting was held on the initial plans that were approved, but since they have since changed and no abutters meeting was held. So I've been interfacing with Mr. Newman as of last night. So with ONS, we're going to be setting up that city abutters meeting. We should only need a brief deferral in order to finish coordinating that.
Okay, Caroline?
We have August 11th, August 25th, or September 8th.
Let's aim for the 25th. I want to give myself more time than I need, if that's acceptable to the board, of course.
Okay, may I have a motion?
Motion to defer this case until August 25th.
Second. Thank you. Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. See you then.
Thank you very much. You all have a nice day.
Thank you.
If there are no more requests for withdrawals or deferrals, we'll go back to case BOA 183-4869 with the address of 231 Princeton Street. If the applicant and or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board? Is anyone present for 231 Princeton Street?
I see somebody. Zach Johnson, you can unmute yourself now.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Yes, I'm the homeowner at 231 Princeton Street.
Great. Can you state your name and address for the record and please tell us what you're looking for?
Yep, my name is Zachary Johnson. My address is 231 Princeton Street. And I hired the contractor whose name is on the application, Aggie De Souza, to help me basically add a flat landing to the back of our home, and that would become a deck, and then we were looking to enclose the deck underneath as well for some usable space in the back.
Okay. Questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony? Is there any public testimony on this?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 231 Princeton Street, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 5/20/26 that was lightly attended by the East Boston community members, where conversation was amongst neighbors and very productive. The proposal was also reviewed by the Eagle Hill Civic Association at their meeting on 9/27/25, and the association expressed support. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional hands raised.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 1704408 with the address of 191 Main Street. If the applicants and/or their representative present, if they please explain.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Stenbridge. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is George Moranci. I'm an attorney with the business address of 350 West Broadway in South Boston. I represent the owner of 191 Main Street, Singming Chan, who is proposing to temporarily relocate the liquor store he owns and currently operates at Charlestown Liquors, 10 Thompson Square, which is nearby, to the first floor of the building that he owns at 191 Main Street. The reason for doing this is because the 10 Thompson Square site where his current liquor store is located was approved in September of 2024 for a new 3-story mixed-use building. After construction of the Thompson Square building is completed, my client would plan to relocate this liquor store use back to Thompson Square. At this time, zoning approval is required because the liquor store use at 191 Main Street is a conditional use. There's also a cited off-street parking violation on the zoning refusal letter, but it's worth noting that the 191 Main Street building was approved by this board in 2022, at which time it received an off-street parking variance for a ground floor retail use. There's been no use in there since the building received its certificate of occupancy. This proposed use is in fact a retail use under Table E of Article 62, off-street parking requirements, which leads me to conclude that the current off-street parking violation was erroneously issued and unnecessary because the property already benefits from a variance. That being said, in conclusion, as noted in the Planning Department recommendation, we strongly believe that this site is an appropriate location for the proposed use. It will not adversely affect the neighborhood, constitute a serious hazard to vehicles or pedestrians, or create a nuisance. Mr. Chan is an experienced owner of this type of business and will maintain adequate and appropriate facilities for the proper operation of the use. With that said, I'll pause and take any questions that members may have.
Thank you. Any questions from the board?
Yeah, I have a few questions. One, back in 22, when this building was first proposed, it seems like there were concerns, first of all, about how it got passed, but one of the stipulations was that there would be no liquor sold at this address. And so I'm just wondering a little bit of the history of this property, and a little bit about why back then there was that concession made about no liquor being sold at this address. And then second, there are concerns about loading zone and trash, and if you could address those as well. Thank you.
Certainly. I actually, and to be honest, I have no recollection of a conversation at the time when 191 Main Street was proposed of a liquor store use on the ground floor. I don't recollect that, and again, I don't remember why that would have come up because, as I said, my client at that time, and still does, own a liquor store at Thompson Square, which is very close, so I don't know why there would be any concern that he would be opening a liquor store here. I don't remember that. I am aware that there are no provisos on the ZBA decision. If I had any recollection, I would certainly let the board know, but I don't. And in terms of trash and deliveries, like any neighborhood business on Main Street or anywhere in the city, and like the current liquor store at Thompson Square, which is actually 3 times the physical size of this particular location, deliveries and trash would be handled on Main Street, like any other business.
Thank you.
So just to be clear, though, there's no point where there would suddenly be 2 liquor stores.
No, because to be clear, my client has 1 retail package store license, and that has to go through the Boston Licensing Board for transfer to 191 Main Street. And as I said, the Thompson Square location, that is a much larger location now. The new liquor store there is about 3,000 square feet as opposed to about 1,000 square feet here. So this is a bit of a stopgap measure. This license would be going back. My client is not applying for a second license here. It's the same license.
Any other questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on April 15th of 2025, at which an abutter was concerned about the representation of the proposal as temporary and requested the applicant agree to a sunset provision to ensure the store does move back to its original location as they represented. Another abutter raised concerns about a buildup of trash and mattresses behind the property, which the applicant stated would be addressed shortly after the abutters meeting. The applicant did meet with the Charlestown Neighborhood Council, which determined at its May 5th meeting to take no position on this change in use. Our office received 2 letters of opposition, which have been forwarded to the board. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Well, Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
And Madam Chair, I'm sorry, just to address once again Ms. Turner's questions, I actually went back while Siggy was testifying to my saved notes from my presentation to the board back in 2022. I made no mention of a liquor store in my main presentation, and I don't know if there was testimony, but there was nothing in my presentation about no liquor store going into 191 Main Street, and as I say, there was no proviso on the decision.
Thank you, I appreciate that. I just want to bring up some of the concerns of the abutters.
No, I understood, and that was the first I heard that there may have been a representation made at that time, so I just wanted to double check.
Thank you, and certainly a proviso could be added to ensure that only one of those locations has a liquor store moving forward. So with that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
I'll second that, and yeah, I'm not sure we could govern another property's kind of liquor license or kind of properties separately, so I would not do the proviso.
Okay, Mr. Stumbridge,
Yes.
Mr. Langham,
Yes.
Ms. Barbarossa,
Yes.
Ms. Turner,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 185-7327 with the address of 769 Columbia Road. If the applicant and or the representative present.
Thank you.
Case
Thank you,
one.
Mr. Stembridge. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Attorney Jeff Drago with Drago and Toscano with the business address of 11 Beacon Street. Here on behalf of the applicant, the 15 Fenton Street LLC, and Fernando Del Fiore, who is the owner of 769 Columbia Road. This is a straightforward proposal. The description is to renovate, completely gut renovate the interior of the building. Right now, this building is an existing large 3-family double-wide 3-unit building in Dorchester. The proposal is to add a small rear addition to each unit and then change the occupants. If you could just remain on this slide, please. Yeah, that's fine for now. Thank you. To change the occupancy from 3 units to 6 condominium units and also add living space in the basement. Besides the small rear addition, all of the existing structure would remain and all of the work would be within the interior of the building. And this gives us the ability to create some additional units. There's also, if you go to the next slide, please, Mr. Ambassador. Thank you. There's also an existing curb cut, 12-foot curb cut on the property that leads to a very dated garage structure in the back. We would also propose to remove that existing garage that only houses one spot, and that would create 3 rear parking spaces as well. This slide is actually a helpful slide. It just shows sort of the building layouts along Columbia Road, and you can see, and that is why we got the recommendation of approval from the BPD, and their recommendation is if you look at the streetscape, you can see many of the buildings in this area go back in the rear of the property, farther in the rear than our building. And so what we're proposing in that 3-story rear addition, it's just 228 square feet in the back of each unit for a total of 684 square feet of the rear addition. The lot size is 5,310 square feet, and you can see it. We have a very large front yard area with green space that will remain, and we put a new landscape plan together as well. The composition of this area is mixed. If we could go to the next slide, please. You can just see in this slide that I provided, there's condominium units and rental buildings, multifamily up and down this corridor, many of which are similar, utilizing the large basements and also utilizing converting from 3 units to 6 units. There's a number of 6-unit buildings within the immediate area that have been condoized as well. If you go to the next slide, please, Mr. Podesta. These are existing 3-bedroom, 1-bath units. What we would be creating is utilizing additional space in the basement, and that would have 7-foot 6-inch ceiling height minimum. The unit 1 and 2 would be 3-bedroom, 2-bath, proposed at 1,115 square feet and 1,130 square feet. So we'd be making those family-sized units. Units 3, 4, 5, and 6 would all become 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit. Now, even with the addition of the small rear addition, our FAR would still be under the allowable FAR for this area, which is 1.3. We would be at 1.11. Our height would still remain and be allowable under the code. The areas we would be seeking variances for is additional lot area. We would be about 700 square feet under. Open space would change slightly in the formula, so we would need a variance for open space, and then off-street parking as well, although we're creating more parking, and we are in a great spot for public transit. We're 500 feet from Dorchester Ave, which has multiple MBTA bus routes on it, and we're also approximately 500 feet from the JFK UMass MBTA station, which houses the Red Line, which makes this great for those folks that would be commuting as well. With that, I can pause and answer any questions that the board may have. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? Yeah, public testimony.
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I'm the Roxbury Community Engagement Specialist with the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant has completed the community process, which consisted of an abutters meeting facilitated on April 23rd, where concerns were raised regarding the size and proximity of the proposed building to the adjacent property at 771 Columbia Road, with abutters expressing concerns about privacy and overall scale of the proposal. Residents also voiced concerns about construction-related noises and the potential impacts on the surrounding neighborhood throughout the duration of the project. Butters also expressed a lack of confidence in the current property owner's ability to responsibly manage the property. Butters noted that the property has approximately 27 recorded violations, that this reflects a long-standing pattern of poor maintenance and inadequate property management. Butters further described persistent issues including excessive trash, fire safety concerns, and a significant rodent infestation, expressing concern that these existing conditions have not been adequately addressed. Several residents said that the proposed development would improve conditions given the property's current state. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their.
Next, we have Liam Rimas.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, Liam Remus from Councilor Fitzgerald's office. Due to strong concerns expressed to our office that highlighted previously from both neighbors of the project and the local civic association, our office would like to go on record in opposition to this proposal. Thank you.
Chair, we don't have additional comments.
If I may
Would you like
respond.
to, yes, please.
Yeah. So there was a prior property manager. First, my client was unaware of the tickets. They were not being sent. They were trash tickets. And the moment they found out about it, they actually removed the prior property manager. They hired a new property manager. They also have an exterminator that has come by the property. There is no rodent issue directly caused from this building. There seems to be a rodent issue in the general area, but he also hired the company. The exterminator has been abating just as a precaution as well. As part of this proposal, we are converting these to condominiums. So this will be I know there was just concern about, folks had to ask, could we update the property? And that is part of is the general plan as well. This will be completely changed to a new building as well.
Thank you. Mr. Brumbury, do you want to add comment?
Yes, ma'am. I failed to add that the proposal was also seen by the Columbia Savin Hill. They received overwhelming opposition at that time.
So if I may also point out, the Columbia Savin Hill Group has a zoning subcommittee that we first presented to. The recommendation of the subcommittee was for approval based on the zoning variances needed being minimal and the project being reasonable. It then did get denied by the full group. But again, and based on the variances we're asking for, which are minor, it's very commonplace to have this kind of a building up and down the corridor. And I know it was mentioned that some folks said the development was excessive. This is a minimal addition in the back to 284 square feet. It also keeps family units and adds some additional space. And as the BPD mentioned, all of this, we maintain the building, and there is a strong recommendation on the architectural integrity of this area. It was mentioned, I know, in their proviso, if approved, if a proviso for BPD design review would be kept on because this is a historical area because of the design of the buildings up and down the corridor. But we are keeping right in line with the other buildings in this area. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from the board?
I already have concerns with a little bit of lack of open space, given that you're increasing the occupancy and you have a very tight driveway of close to 9 feet, 8'10", and I'm concerned with the maneuverability of a car getting into parking 3. So if this project moves forward, we should ask BPD to review the amount of parking and to ensure safety maneuverability for the cars and for people.
Understood. We are removing the garage, Ms. Betta Barraza, so we do open up that area, but obviously.
But
Sure.
It's asphalt, right? It's all for parking.
It would, and it is now as well, mostly back there. So, but yes, we would be happy to change the parking scheme in the rear. As suggested, we just wanted to try to get additional parking spaces in for the community.
And you're open to reducing it to 2 parking spaces if the BPD determines that it's a safety issue in regards to mobility?
Absolutely.
Okay, great, thank you. I don't have any further comments.
Thank you. May I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval with BPD design review on the amount of parking and balance with open space, and to also review the exterior to comply with the characteristics of the neighborhood.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes, but I would encourage the applicant to really reach out to the neighbors and make it clear that their concerns will be addressed. Thank you.
Understood, and we will do that. Thank you.
Ms. Bewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Next, we have case BOA 1824479 with the address of 128 G Street. If the applicant and or their representative present, will they please explain to the board?
Anthony, I think you can.
Yep. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yes, we can.
All right. I would throw my camera on here. I don't know where I have the ability to do that. And would you guys mind unmuting my dad as well? We're co-owners in this property, so I'd appreciate it if you guys could find him in the...
So can you let Jesus know his name?
Bob Reynolds.
Okay. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, please do.
Okay, so I had some slides here, but we can work off of this that my architect had provided. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is AJ Rinaldi. As I mentioned, I'm the owner of 128 G Street with my father. And our ask today is to approve a basement unit that is fully furnished right now. It would put us from a 2-unit house to a 3-unit house. As I mentioned, the unit as it stands right now, as we had bought the house, is fully furnished with a bathroom, kitchen, and a place where you could put a bed as well, so it would be identified as a studio unit. On top of that, we would be adding the necessary utilities as well, so that would be its own electric meter and water heater as well. As well as that, I did go through the process and I worked with Siggy to get approval from the necessary communities, Gate of Heaven community and Dorchester Heights, where I went in person and met with these groups, presented these plans, and I received nothing but positive feedback from them. As well as that, I did do an abutters meeting on April 7th, where we received support from them as well. So no opposition up to this point. Hopefully we're able to gain your guys' support. And I'd like to point out too, my father and I, we're not developers, nor are we architects. So if I'm missing anything in this process, please, I'm happy to answer any questions, but please point it out and we'll get everything cleared up. So that's really all I have for today. Dad, I don't know if
I was just gonna add a couple of things if I could to what AJ said. So as the records indicate, this property that the previous owners had owned for quite some time had been recognized, I think, from a tax record standpoint for a 3-family for 25 plus years. I'm not sure if that's consequential in any way, but it has been recorded, again, tax-wise as a 3-family property. Maybe the other thing that AJ and I should call, it's really more AJ than me, he lives up the street at 62 G Street, so he's he's not an investor. He's really a member of the G Street community as a young 26-year-old person, you know, really wanting to make the best out of the neighborhood and improve it in any way that he can. And so and maybe just the last thing in closing, it could probably go without being said, but the approval from you all to get this third unit approved would allow us, not just as property owners, but for people that are seeming to badly need a place to live in South Boston, we would have the ability, obviously, to provide that to them, which we'd like to think is, you know, sort of a win-win. Good for us as property owners, but also good for the city of Boston to have a fully ready unit that someone could move into, you know, tomorrow or whenever you would provide such approval to us. And that, I think, is all we have to say.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board?
So this is moving forward, you would like to convert from a 2-family to a 3-family?
Correct.
Yes.
So as a 3-family, and you're adding sprinkler systems?
Well, we come to this call not knowing whether or not that needs to be done. So the answer is we don't know.
Okay. What's the ceiling height in the basement?
Is it called out, AJ, on the diagram?
I know, I'm trying to see, I can pull up our permit set too. When we had the architect through there wasn't any indication that he thought there was gonna be any issue with ceiling height. As any basement, it differs in certain areas, but it seemed like it was maybe 8.5 feet of ceiling height. I don't wanna put a number out there that I can't stand by, but it wasn't a drastically low ceiling height.
Yeah, AJ, sorry, Madam Chairman, members of the board, this is Eric Zackerson, the architect. I happen to be on, but couldn't find my mute button. Yes, the ceiling height varies quite a bit, but it's at least 8 feet in places.
And Eric, you answered the question because when you're going to a 3-family, you have to have a minimum of 7'6", so thanks for that. What about going to 3-family and adding sprinkler?
We understand that we will at a minimum be sprinkling the new unit and the sprinkler equipment and are not asking for any fire code or building code relief.
Okay, great. Thanks, Eric. Glad you were on. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you, Eric.
With that, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on April 7th, at which no concerns were raised. The applicants met with Gate of Heaven and Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Associations and were not aware of any concerns from either group. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Next, we have Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office.
Thank you. My name is Ashley from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on a good community process and positive feedback at the meeting with the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association. He respectfully requests the proponent continue to work closely with the community on any quality of life issues. Thank you.
Next, we have Councilor Murphy.
Thank you. Wanted to go on record in support of this project. Followed the community process and happy to see that. And also just want to go on record to thank my staff is on a well-deserved summer vacation. So thank you for bearing with me on this. Now I know how hard our staff works on these Tuesdays. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
I put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Bettabraza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wheelo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have case BOA 183-5385 with the address of 63 Telegraph Street. If the applicants and or their representative are present, would they please explain to the board?
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. I'm Nick Landry from DRT. We're the architects on the project. The owner, Michael Norton, isn't able to join the call today, so I'll be running through the presentation. So we're here today for 63 Telegraph Street, which is the white building shown here in a rendering. It's located toward the top of Telegraph Street near Dorchester Heights. We're requesting relief for four violations, I think 2 of which might be an error. We go to the next page. So if you want to, I don't know if you can zoom into the zoning code refusal letter, but so the first violation we have is off-street parking. We have an existing 2-family building here. We're going to be keeping it as a 2-family. We're just doing a small addition off the rear of the building, so the use doesn't change. So the existing 2-family has no parking, and the new project at the end will have no parking. There's a roof structure restriction because we are changing the profile of the roof line and extending the 3rd floor back about 4.5 feet. There's a side yard violation because we're extending the rear of the building, we're just continuing the profile of the existing footprint, which creates a side yard violation on the left-hand side of the building. And there's a rear yard violation here. I think we have a shallow lot, so I think that violation may be an error. We're keeping the existing footprint of the building and the deck. We're staying within the existing footprint of the building and the deck. And we can see that on the next page. So the left-hand side here, we have an existing survey. You can see there's a deck in the rear and a stair in the rear, and then there's a second-story bump out in the rear, and the 3rd floor kind of steps back. What we're proposing to do is rework the existing stair. It doesn't connect all the way up to the top floor, so we're going to be removing the stair, running that all the way up to the top floor, and then installing 2 new decks. But we're not getting any closer to the property line than the existing deck. We go to the next sheet, please. So as I mentioned, it's an existing 2-family. The drawings on the top show 1 unit on the 1st floor and then a 2nd unit on the 2nd and 3rd floor. The unit on the 1st floor will stay unchanged. The basement is unfinished. There's mechanical space down there. The 2nd and 3rd floor unit will change. We're going to be infilling the back right portion of the 2nd floor. You can see on the upper plan, there's a stair coming down. We're going to rework that stair so we can square off the back of the building, which is causing that side yard violation. And then on the top floor, we're going to be pushing the rear wall back about 4.5 feet and creating an exterior walkout deck, which will access that 2nd egress stair. Can you go to the next page, please? So again, this is the existing view of the building on the left-hand side. So you have that 1st floor unit, and then the 2nd and 3rd floor is the 2nd unit. We're going to be changing the roof to a mansard, adding some dormers, and re-siding the entire house. You can see that on the right-hand side. We're going to go to the next sheet, please. I'll go through these elevations quickly. I think this is a good one where you can really see the dashed line on the left-hand side. That's the proposed elevation. You can see we're extending that top floor about, like I said, 4.5 feet, and there'll be a walkout deck that'll connect to that new egress stair. And where you see the 2 windows on the east elevation, the existing elevation, we're going to be boxing that area in, and there won't be any windows on that side because we are so close to the property line. But I think if we want to flip through the next few slides, do you want to go to them? So that, again, front elevation, we are going to be raising the roof height, but we're still about 4 feet below what's allowed. Go to the next slide. Again, this is a view from the west side to the left side of the house. You can see that extension on the 3rd floor. If we go to the next slide. You can kind of see, so here we can see the back. So you can see there's the 3rd floor deck with the egress stair that we'll be putting in, connecting all the levels down. Go to the next slide, please. And I think this is the last one that's relevant for today. And you can kind of see that's the finished product. We have a 3rd floor extension, the new mansard with the dormers, and some decks on the rear with a new egress stair connecting us to the ground level. And that's all.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Siggy Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the community process. Our office hosted an abutters meeting on May 12th, at which abutters were supportive. The applicant met with the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association, where the proposal was well received. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Next, we
Thank
have
you,
Councilor
Madam Chair,
Flynn.
members of the board. This is Sydney from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on a good community process and positive feedback at the meeting with the Dorchester Heights Neighborhood Association. He respectfully requests that the proponent continue to work with the community on any quality of life issues. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Lano?
Yes.
Ms. Better-Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Leewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we have passed the 11:30 time frame. So I will ask if there is a request, if there is any request for a withdrawal or deferral from the 11:30 a.m. time frame. Hearing none. Continue with the 11 o'clock hearing. And that takes us to case BOA 185-7936 with the address of 151 Lennox Street.
And I need to recuse myself for this one. This is the last time today. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. So for this case, we are now a 5-member board.
This is also an Article 80 case, and we'll ask if the applicant and or the representative are present to explain.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board. Jacob Taylor here from Klein Hornig. I represent Tenants Development Corporation. Klein Hornig's business address is 101 Arch Street, and we represent Tenants Development Corporation with respect to the 151 Lennox Street project. Tenants Development Corporation is a local nonprofit developer and owner with a 50-plus year history of providing affordable housing in both the Roxbury and South End neighborhoods. And the 151 Lennox Street project represents an opportunity to turn a vacant city-owned parcel into 38 units of affordable housing for local seniors. The project's on a corner lot at the intersection of Tremont and Lennox Streets, and is located in the multifamily residential and local services subdistrict within the Roxbury neighborhood district. It's also in the coastal flood resilience overlay and the boulevard planning districts. The surrounding area contains a mix of commercial and residential uses, and the location is close to the retail and commercial hub at Mass Ave and Tremont. We're before the ZBA today seeking dimensional relief under Article 50, Section 29, with respect to additional lot area per dwelling unit, floor area ratio, building height, usable open space, and front, side, and rear yards. As I mentioned, this building is on a corner lot. We're also seeking relief under Article 50, Section 43 for off-street parking and loading. We are in the G-Cod, so we need a permit there, and we need relief with respect to screening and buffering and traffic visibility across the corner. The applicant has incorporated community feedback into the design and presented the project to neighbors at 3 community meetings, all of which were well attended. It's received overwhelming support, and we're submitting over 30 letters from neighbors and members of the community in support of the project. The project triggered small project review. That's been completed by the BPDA in December of last year. And we have submitted the engineer certification and the Boston Water and Sewer letter for the G-Cod approval. I'll turn it over now to our project architect, Laura Chelamoet from Davis Square Architects, and she's going to provide more information regarding the program and the design of the project.
Thank you, Jacob. Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Laura Chelamoet. I'm a principal at Davis Square Architects, and we are the architects for 151 Lennox Street. Jacob described the context a little bit, but I wanted to show the proposed building in context right here at the corner of Tremont and Lenox Streets. The parcel is 4,700 square feet. And with the project, we're proposing sidewalk improvements for the site. The proposed building will total just over 30,000 gross square feet and will be 7 stories, which allows us to fit 38 affordable apartments for seniors and the support programs that are needed on site. I'll quickly run through the plans and elevations. This is the ground floor where we have the main entry and support spaces, including a community room, office, package room, laundry, and bike room. There are 2 units on the first floor, 2 sets of stairs and 2 elevators to get you up to the upper floors, each of which have 6 units and a mix of 1-bedrooms and studios. So the total is 38 units with 32 1-bedrooms and 6 studios. In addition to the units themselves, the project will offer enhanced accessibility, which will promote aging in place by local seniors and the support services needed for them. The building is proposed to be 7 stories. We worked closely with the city and, as Jacob said, had many community meetings to achieve the 2 important goals of providing affordable rental housing for seniors within a building that is contextual to the environment. So here's the view, the east elevation and the view on Lenox Street, and then I'll just flip back to the view on Tremont Street and the north side. I'll hand it over to the board to answer any questions.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I'm the Roxbury Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, our office will defer to the board for its judgment. The proponent has completed the BPDA community engagement process, which included a public meeting held on September 29th, 2025. The proposal received 34 letters of support, including 2 from elected officials, Senator Miranda, Representative Moran, and Councilor Culpepper's, 3 from elected officials, including Councilor Culpepper, and was approved by the board on December 11, 2025. The project proposes 38 units of 100% affordability for senior housing, providing opportunities for aging residents to remain in the city and continue to be a vital part of the neighborhood. There is no civic association within the project area, and at this time our office has received 1 letter of opposition from the legal representative of the abutting neighbor. The letter of opposition states that the proposed 7-story, 84-foot building is significantly larger than the surrounding neighborhood, exceeds the zoning code's district's height limits, and is incompatible with the area's existing scale and character. The abutter also objects to the building's location along the shared property line, citing concerns regarding this lack of setback, loss of natural light, increased shadow impacts, reduced property value, and potential safety issues resulting from the height difference between the buildings. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have Christian Simonelli.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Christian Simonelli, Boston Groundwater Trust, and we have both G-card letters from the applicant.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Cole. Colleen. Okay.
So I'm on here for a different project, 146 M Street. My apologies.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, from the public, we have Robert Moran. Robert, if you can unmute yourself.
Oh. Good morning, board. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My name is Robert Moran. I'm an attorney at Gilman, McLaughlin, and Hanrahan. My office is at 101 Merrimack Street in Boston, and I represent 888 Tremont Street LLC, the abutter, and Frank Williams. the principal of the abutter. Basically, this project is, the applicant is trying to put an enormous project, enormous building on a tiny lot. The lot is 4,709 square feet. For a 38-unit building in this district, you would need about 38,000 square feet. That's talking about an enormous difference. This lot is tiny, and there's almost no dimensional requirements that the project complies with. Lot area, it's 4,000 square feet for the first 3 units, then 1,000 square feet for an additional, each additional unit. That would require, as I said, somewhere around 38,000 square foot lot. The height.
So can you keep it tight and get to your point? We can tell you're opposed, so.
Sure. And the point is the project is very large and it's not compatible with the district, and the applicant hasn't met the requirements for a variance. There are no special circumstances. This is just a tiny lot. There are plenty of tiny lots in the area. 792, 794 Tremont Street, just down the road. It has all the aspects that the applicant complains about. It is on the corner of a couple streets, and it's a small lot, and it's attached to another building. So there's no special circumstances. 2, this isn't the minimum relief. The reasonable use of the site could put a much smaller building here. This is an unreasonable use of the site, and it affects the neighborhood, and the building is enormous, and the applicant has tried to downplay the size of it by comparing it with the smokestacks of adjacent buildings, the church steeple, but we're talking about 84 feet. 45 is allowed in this district.
Please wrap up. We have 90 seconds. A speaker likely exceeded that. Please wrap up.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Jason Farrell.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Jason Farrell, and I'm a project assistant at the Planning Department. I'm here on behalf of Homeopata Costa, the project manager at the Planning Department for the 151 Lenox Street Article 80E small project. The project filed their small project review application with us on September 8th, 2025. A virtual public meeting was held on September 29th, 2025, which was well attended. The project was approved by the BPDA board on December 11th, 2025. The Planning Department is in support of the project moving forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Mark Delasio.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Mark Delasio. I'm a business representative for the North Atlantic States Regional Council of Carpenters, and we just want to go on record as being in support of this project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Does the applicant want to address concerns that were raised?
I'll just note that the applicant has worked closely with the abutters. We understand they have some concerns around the scale of the project, but they did work with them and incorporate some feedback into the design, trying to space out their building from the abutting building as best they could, while still providing a significant number of units of senior affordable housing.
Thank you. With that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
There a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham,
No.
Ms. Better Brazza,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion does not carry. Is there a different motion?
Chair, I'm wondering if the appropriate next step is to defer, given that a member had to recuse herself and we're down 4 members.
You can feel free to make that motion.
All right, motion to defer.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Mr. Stenbridge,
Yes.
Mr. Langham,
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza,
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Is there
Yeah,
a
August 25th or September 8th.
Mr. Taylor?
Sorry, it was August 25th, you said?
Yes.
Or September 8th?
Yeah, I think we would prefer the earlier meeting, so August 25th.
Okay, thank you, we'll see you then.
All right, thank you.
Madam Chair, a couple of things. The next case has been deferred, and you have an interpretation case coming up at noontime. Shall we wait or shall we proceed?
Okay, I mean, we should just hear the next case and then we'll take the interpretation.
Okay.
Is there anything? Yeah.
With that, then, we will go to case BOA 183-7040 with the address of 3 Bruce Street. If the applicants and or their representative are present, then please explain the case to the board.
Good morning, almost afternoon, members of the board, Madam Chair. This is Mike Ross, attorney of the law firm of Prince LaBelle. I'm here on behalf of the appellants, Brian and Jason Chavez, Dorchester residents who are seeking to add basement living space to an existing non-conforming 2-family home located at 3 Bruce Street in the Dorchester Neighborhood Zoning District in a 1F5000 subdistrict. The project was originally approved by this board in May of 2024 and then later amended through the Board of Final Arbiter. The appellant pulled a building permit earlier this year and began construction of the project. During construction, it occurred to the team that the vast basement area, which is not very submerged, would be a good candidate to convert the ground floor 1-bedroom unit into a family-size 4-bedroom duplex. And so that's what the team pursued through the community process and now is back here in front of the board. We're here on one single violation, FAR, as it relates to the additional living space in the basement. You can fast forward, because this is internal work only for the most part, to slide 7, which is also called ZV.0. And you can see, that's perfect, thank you, Mr. Ambassador. Slide 7. Yeah, that's right. So what you see here is the conversion of basement from storage to living space. The net increase is 1290 square feet, resulting in an FAR of 0.67, where 0.5 is allowed. Here, the basement floor is being lowered an additional 12 inches, which will result in a 9-foot ceiling height. New full-sized windows will be installed in the basement, and then the internal stairwell leads to the upper floor of the duplex, which you'll see on the next slide, Z5.1. This is showing the before and after. The right is what we're proposing, showing the first floor of the plan, now connected to that lower level of the duplex, which will result in this 4-bedroom unit, which will be 2,588 square feet from what was, I mentioned, a previous 1-bedroom that was 1,290 square feet. If you go to slides 9 and 10, it shows the upper second unit, which is just slightly reconfigured, which is an existing, will be a 5-bedroom unit, and it will remain a 5-bedroom unit. Slide 11, which is called Z6.0. Actually, you were just on it, Mr. Ambassador. One back, please. These axons there small changes to the existing external stair of the building, as well as an open air patio that's coming off the side of the building. You can see right there. Next slide, please. Here on the south and east elevations, you can see minor changes to window fenestration throughout the building, as well as that full-size basement window at the basement level. And the next slide shows you the north and west elevations, and you will see the basement's a walkout basement. It's not deep into the ground, and the additional full-size windows that will be created, as well as other minor fenestration of the windows. Also, the board should have received a notice of unanimous support from the St. Mark's Area Civic Association. And with that, I'll pause if there are any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Eva Jones, representing the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. Regarding 3 Bruce Street, our office defers to the board's judgment. A community process was conducted, including an abutters meeting held on 5/11/26 that was well attended by the Dorchester community. One attendee expressed support for the proposal's bedroom count, noting that the inclusion of family-sized units was preferable to a greater number of smaller units. The proposal was also reviewed by the St. Mark's Area Civic Association at their meeting on 5/26/26 and have expressed support. At this time, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services defers to the board's judgment on this matter. Thank you, everyone, for your time and consideration.
Next, we have Councilor Murphy.
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to go on record in full support. I live in the neighborhood and have been driving by the renovation, and it looks beautiful, and happy to hear that they're taking this opportunity to extend and expand living space in the neighborhood. So I want to go on record in full support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
I put forward a motion of approval.
There a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yeah.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
So at this point, we will go to the interpretations case scheduled for noontime. And this would be case BOA 185-2440 with the address of 142 Harlem Street. If the applicants and or their representative are present, would they please explain the case to the board?
I think somebody, Michael? The person who was just promoted as a panelist, I'm not sure if he's...
I am here.
Are you here for 142 Arlington Street?
Yes, I am.
Okay, please state your name, address for the record, and proceed.
It's Michael Kim, registered architect, address 1 Holden Street, Brookline, Mass.
Okay, please let us know what you're presenting.
Okay, we have a rejection from ISD on 3 points, and we feel the 3 points are inaccurate. Hold on. As stated in my appeal and letter or memo, the first violation cited is off-street parking insufficient. This permit is simply to make the make a former now abandoned illegal basement apartment a living space for the owner of the building. It is essentially a man cave. Therefore, there is no change of use, and the parking on the site has a two-car garage. There is a requirement in the 2F5000 zone for 1.8 spaces in the property. The garage suffices. So we believe the parking is sufficient, and with this permit, there's no change to the parking. The second is related. They say the use is forbidden. It is currently a two-family house. The basement space is finished but abandoned. This simply changes it to usable space. It's still a two-family. So a two-family isn't allowed use, so how the use is forbidden, we don't quite understand. And then finally, usable open space insufficient. We had the site re-plotted, or a new plot plan set out. We measured the outside gross square footage of the site. We've stamped it. There is sufficient open space. So we feel that these three violations are in fact not correct.
Okay, is Mr. Joseph, Commissioner Joseph, or someone else available from ISD to speak?
He's on, if some person can elevate him.
Jesus, can you elevate Mark Joseph? Is someone able to elevate Mark Joseph so he can speak?
Yes, can you hear me?
Now we can, sir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone's here. I just heard partially what the applicant said and checked with the violations. He's not changing from a two-family to a three or something else. Technically, if he has the space, he can increase or enlarge the size of any of the units. That shouldn't be a violation. The use is not forbidden because two-family is two-family. The only thing that could have been triggered here is, but it's not there, it's FAR, but that has not been triggered. And for the parking space, I agree with the applicant that off-street parking should have been triggered. So is open space. If the open space, 800 square feet per dwelling unit, he has more than 1,600 square feet, that means those violations, if I had to write them today, I would have written them.
So can you confirm, so my understanding, our understanding is that ISD inspected the property and noted that the space was a separate unit with separate, kitchen and all that? That's what we're here to discuss, correct?
No, that is not what we're here to discuss.
Okay.
ISD 2 years ago did inspect it, and there was in fact a illegal unit done 25 years ago by the previous owner. That is not in dispute. Immediately the owner kicked the tenant out and dismantled the kitchen. So it is no longer and has not been an illegal unit for the last year and a half. So we are not here to discuss that. We're simply here to discuss the 3 points that are keeping them from using the space to invite their friends over to watch the World Cup.
So that means that, sir, if I had to ask a question about this, that means you combine the two spaces, the first floor and the basement together?
Yeah, or we are, the owner's unit is in fact on the second floor, but he wants to use this. There's adequate egress. There's nothing perfectly conforming to both zoning, sanitary, and building code. It's just space that they can use. And the 3 articles cited as violations of the zoning code are not correct.
So, and about the space itself, what is the use of that space? Where can that space be classified as?
It is a family room, it's a man cave. It has no kitchen, it is not a unit. Sorry?
For which unit?
It will be for the second floor unit.
So, but the two spaces are not contiguous?
There is no requirement for that in any code.
Of course, there is, because you cannot jump from one space to another space by using a common area.
I disagree with that, and we had AI search for that, we had my MIT assistant search for that, and it's simply, there's no requirement for that.
Well, the two spaces must be contiguous, sir, so if that pertains to the same unit.
Sir, if you would cite a requirement for that, we'd be happy to comply. There is no requirement in any code for that.
Well, that means either it's a dwelling unit or it's a space by itself for the use. You did not specify the use, therefore it might be a forbidden use because the zone is a two-family zone. So if you have a different use, man cave, it's a use, if that's the way you want to see it, the term forbidden is appropriate for this because there is no use for this.
I would ask the board to intercede because I don't believe that to be the case.
Because you still would be able to go forward with the building codes because the contiguity of the spaces matter. Because the two spaces must be contiguous.
I would love to agree to you if you would cite the portion of the building, the sanitary, or the zoning code.
Are there bedrooms?
It simply doesn't exist.
Are there bedrooms in this space?
No, there were a few code violations, those have been removed. It's just play space.
Are there questions from the board?
I do have a question. Is there a modern or a current floor plan? Because the floor plan that you showed us, it does show like 3 bedrooms and a kitchen.
Yes,
so I just want to have an understanding of what it looks like now.
Yes, that was submitted. The plan that was shown on screen was the existing floor plan before the existing floor plan as when it was an illegal apartment. There is a plan accompanying the permit, which shows it all as family room and study and so forth. Furthermore, all the doors in the space have been removed, therefore it's one contiguous space.
Okay, so we don't have the current floor plan to look at though.
I don't know
like the
why.
board doesn't.
Since that was submitted in the whole package. I can put it on screen if you would like.
I think we do have it. I'm sure the ambassador can pull up, but it was, and what I'm looking at, it's right after the existing condition page.
It's isolated, it doesn't have the second floors. I see what Shamia has, which is just the existing and proposed basement plan.
Right, there's no proposed work in any of the other floors. Also, there's a diagram to show the FAR, including in the attic.
Just for clarification, with this proposal of removing the kitchen and kind of the illegal use of that dwelling unit in the basement, you submitted suggesting that it's being removed, the kitchenette, and you're using it as extended living space from the
Correct.
floor. I think we're missing the first floor to understand how the first floor is connected to that extended use. So I would say I don't have enough information for me to give my interpretation because you and Mr. Joseph were going back and forth with not really having common grounds in terms of understanding the whole project. So,
well, I think the issue.
Let me just finish. If you are submitting this, you're then saying that ISD gave you the wrong violation, which ISD gave you a violation for off-street parking requirements, and you're saying you don't need it because you're extending that use. So I would recommend that this gets deferral until we have complete drawings and understanding
Okay,
of your proposal. That is what I'm recommending.
Okay, with respect, there's a misunderstanding. It is not to be a contiguous space. It is as if it was above the garage or something.
I see.
And it's not attached to the ground floor, it's attached to the second floor.
But this is not part of the contiguous unit. There's a unit in between, is that correct?
Correct.
The whole unit
And my
occupied by somebody
argument,
else.
my argument is there is no written requirement in any code that space be contiguous.
Can we hear Mr. Joseph speak, because he's trying to...
Yes, please. Now, if you see the configuration of the space itself, you see they remove the term bedrooms, they use guest area, but the same thing remains. You have closets here, you have the space itself, and also you have the windows. That makes it bedrooms.
This is before. This is not...
Please let Mr. Joseph finish.
No, that's the proposed. You have a guest room, guest area, you have sturdy. The sturdy 8'10". You have the same configuration stays. You have the closets there, and then you have a kitchenette. Everything that makes a bedroom, a dwelling unit, is there. And also you have the mechanical rooms there inside that unit. So everything is there, not contiguous. The plan examiner reviewed it as a third unit. That's why the forbidding is yet there. That's why off-street parking is there. That's why open space is there. Because if you have to go open space, 8 times 3 gives you 2,400 square feet. You don't have that. If you have to go for the third unit, the zone is 2F, therefore cannot accommodate a third family. And also, all the violations, you need also 1 off-street parking per dwelling units. If a dwelling unit, all the violations cited by the plan examiners are legit. And
Mr. Joseph, thank you so much. I think I have enough information to put forward a
Excuse
motion.
me, my screen is not showing the proposed plan. Is that...
Okay, well, in any case, it sounds to me like the board is ready to make a motion, so
Could I make one more point? Could I make one more point?
If you're adding new information.
Yes, I am. The proposed plan, which unfortunately I can't see, removes the doors to the bedroom and expands the openings to 5 feet. Per the sanitary code for habitation, those do not conform to the definition of a bedroom. Furthermore, the kitchenette does not have an oven nor a refrigerator of 11 cubic feet. Therefore, by the state sanitary code, it does not qualify as a dwelling unit. This space,
Can we go to
as
page
it's
3?
drawn, it cannot be defined as a dwelling unit because it does not meet the requirements.
So what is a dwelling unit?
Can we please go to page 3?
As
Can the
defined as a
ambassador move us
unit
to
in
page
conformance.
3? Can someone move us to page 3?
As Mr. Kim is speaking. Okay, great. This is the proposed.
Okay, this is the proposed. A kitchenette is allowed as long as it does not meet the requirements of the state sanitary code, which it does not. The other studies do not have adequate privacy to qualify as bedrooms per the sanitary code. Therefore, this space does not meet those requirements, it cannot be classified as an additional unit. Therefore, the 3 zoning violations are null and void.
Let me give you the definition per building code of a dwelling unit. A dwelling unit must have 4 components: for sleeping, eating, living, and also bathing. All these things are there, sir. You have...
I disagree.
You have living, you have cooking, you have bathing, you have living space, you have family home there. So the definition of the building code as a dwelling unit, it's all there. Exactly as it was before. You just remove the term and put sturdy and guest room. Those 2 rooms are bedrooms. You have kitchen, you should call it kitchenette. You just remove one little thing that can be put in all the time. the the plan examiner is right by making this a dwelling unit. That's exactly what it is.
I think I have enough information to put forward a motion.
Okay, any other questions before a motion? Please, Ms. Better Brazza.
I'd like to put forward a motion of denying the interpretation request, and would like to make a recommendation. If this was to move forward, it has to be put forward as an appeal to the Massachusetts Building Code Commission.
There a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge.
Yeah.
Mr. Langham.
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yeah, what I've heard, it sounds like a dwelling unit is contained and can't be split or sort of sandwiched between floors, so I uphold the commissioner's decision, so yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Let's take a 15-minute break.
Recording
Progress.
Thank you. Mr. Stumbridge.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Langham.
Here.
Ms. Benabraza.
Here.
Ms. Turner. Ms. Wewell.
Present.
Is Ms. Turner back? Yeah, well, you can start reading, but we'll be a 5-member board until Ms. Turner returns.
Okay, Madam Chair, so we'll return to the 11 o'clock cases. And at this point, we will be going to case BOA 182-4464 with the address of 679 Canterbury Street. If the applicants and/or their representative are present, would they please explain the case to the board?
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Secretary. Can you hear me all right?
We can.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the applicant, the business address of 28 State Street. The matter before you today is a former restaurant site of actually the well-known Simcoe's at the bridge. My client, Mr. Latif, seeks to open and operate his kebab-style restaurant in this location, which has housed a similar takeout food operation for many, many years. But there is a proviso from the existing use, or the previous use rather, which limited the relief to this petitioner only. We seek simply to remove that proviso so that Mr. Latif can operate his business on site. He is a well-known and respected restaurant operator. We did meet with the local neighborhood organization, the Mount Hope Canterbury Street Neighborhood Association, on March 14th. They were fully supportive of our application. We were not required by ONS to host an abutters meeting, given the support of the local neighborhood organization. We are happy to take any of your questions. Mr. Latif and his partner, Mr. Azim, I hope are both on board. I can't see them, but.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Bembury. I am the Rosendale Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant was not required to complete a full community process. The proponent did present to the Mount Hope Canterbury Neighborhood Association and has received one letter of support from the Mount Hope Canterbury Neighborhood Association supporting the full operation of the premise. Thank you for your time, and the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services would like to defer to the board for their judgment.
Thank you.
Next, we have Matt Martinelli.
Hi, members of the board, Matt Martinelli from Councilor Brian Morell's office. As mentioned, this restaurant has support of the civic group. It was well received at the civic meeting. Councilor Morell would like to go on record in support of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we don't have additional comments.
Okay, with that, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
May I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Stumbridge.
Yeah.
Mr. Langham.
Yes.
Ms. Benabraza.
Yes.
Ms. Turner.
Yes.
Ms. Wewell.
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion carries. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next, we go to case BOA 183-9907, the address of 1819 to 1829 Center Street. If the applicant is and the representative present, would they please explain?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Can you state your name and address for the record and let us know what you're applying for?
Hi, my name is Elisa Subot, and I am owner of Subot Beauty Space at 1819 Center Street in West Roxbury. That our for consideration or application today. We are requesting approval to add a cosmetic permanent makeup service to our existing licensed beauty salon. This service included eyebrow, lips, and eyeliner. They are a cosmetic procedure preferred by appointment only in a clean, quiet, professional. We are not opening a tattoo shop. We are not changing the building, and we explaining the business. Our noise or traffic, we were grateful to receive the support of the West Roxbury Neighborhood Council and landlord and local community. We are respectful, ask for your approval.
Thank you. Are there questions from the board? May I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and board members, Sigi Johnson with the Office of Neighborhood Services. This petitioner completed the community process. Our office oversaw distribution of an informational flyer to all occupied parcels in a 300-foot radius, which solicited no comments to our office. The West Roxbury Neighborhood Council is supporting this application. With that background, ONS defers judgment to the board. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Natasha.
Natasha, it's my friend who can help me for translator, but I think.
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon, the board. Yeah.
All right. So if without,
I am also a client, so as a public for the public hearing, if you'd like to hear my testimony, let me know. Mm-hmm.
If you want to state support or opposition, please feel free. Okay. With that, may I have a motion?
Motion approved.
Better for a second. Thank you. Hello? Mr. Sunbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Baraza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries. Good luck, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
With that, we'll move on to rediscussion. Scheduled for 11:30 a.m. And with that, we have case BOA 1805913 with the address of 42 East Street. The applicants and/or their representative are present. Would they please explain the case to the board?
Good afternoon. My name is Bonnie Tian with JCBT Architect. We have presented this case back in August 2023 with the ZBA approval of 6 of the violation. And somehow my clients filed for a building permit and realized there were 3 missing violations on this matter, including Article 65, Section 8, Use Regulation, Section 9, Additional Lot Area per Dwelling Unit, Section 9.2, Location of Main Entrance. We submitted back in October for BPDA approval, and we received the approval dated October 17, 2024, and the changes included shifting the building back to obtain more front yard setback, increase open spaces, reduce 3 additional guest parking in the rear to increase rear yard open spaces, change the facade style from contemporary to match adjacent properties, and change window styles and siding materials, and combining 2 garage doors into 1 for each one of the units. We're here to seek approval for the 3 missing violations, and we have completed all community meetings as required to.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board? Hearing none, may I have public testimony?
Madam Chair and members of the board, for the record, my name is Jeremy Benbury. I'm the Dorchester Community Engagement Specialist for the Office of Neighborhood Services. The applicant was not required to complete a full community process, and said the proponent was provided with a Mayor's Office of Notification flyer to be distributed through the community. To date, our office has not received any further community feedback at this time, and our office defers to the board for their judgment. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have a Jeff Hampton.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board. Jeff Hampton, City of Boston Planning Department. This was deferred from the last meeting on, I think it was May 19th, because the plans that were being shown to the board did not have the BPDA stamp that was done back in October of 2024. They were different plans that were being shown to the board rather than the ones that were stamped by Seth Reisman here at the agency. So I just wanted to confirm to the board that this project, even though it has new zoning violations, already has a set of stamped plans by the agency, but they were not the ones that were being shown to the board, and that's why I had asked for a deferral back in May. So if we could pull up what the board has, I'd like to make sure that we are all on the same page, because the plans that were shown originally had 2 garage doors, and the stamp plans have 1 garage door.
Apologize, I would like to clarify that. I spoke to Stephanie Hansover at the BOA after the last May hearing. And she said because the case has been closed and that we cannot upload new drawing into the portal unless we file a new BOA case matter.
Right, but my point is, your client already has stamped plans from the city's planning department, and the plans that were shown back in May were different. So we are in support of the zoning relief that's being asked. We are just asking that the board put a proviso on it, that the new plans that have been submitted to the board for this review get sent over to the planning department to ensure that the previous design is consistent.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Is there a motion?
Madam Chair, I'd like to put forward a motion of approval with a proviso that the project be submitted to BPD for their design review and insurance, that the approved BPD stamp drawings are indeed what is being proposed to be built.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Stenbridge?
Yes.
Mr. Langham?
Yes.
Ms. Better Brazza?
Yes.
Ms. Turner?
Yes.
Ms. Wewell?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, the motion carries.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone.
Have a good one. Thanks.
Have a good day, folks.
Recording stopped.